Good morning. Here I am again, out here on my walk and doing my Grant Cardone segments. Right as rain, dependable as oxygen, and I really didn't want to get out of bed this morning. But anyway, I was listening to Grant's segment talking about writing everyone up. And I realized an advantage of doing that isn't so much, well, the real advantage is you'll close more. But there's a little extra thing that comes from sending somebody something they can see. Now, I'll give you a story. I had a client call me recently, had a couple of airplanes. They'd hired somebody else to do the same business I do, and he was in trouble, and he was getting denials from the state of California, and between the two aircraft, he was going to owe close to $100,000 worth of tax. And he had hired a so-called expert who was recommended by the manufacturer to do this. You know why he called me? Because years ago, I had sent him something in the mail, and he kept it. And he had it in his possession when he hired this other guy. So I asked him about that. So you had that before you had this problem, right? What made you call me now? He says, I don't know what to do, and my tax expert doesn't know what to do. And I remembered you had sent that to me, and I went back and looked, and I still had it. I saved it. Something told me when I got that from you that I'd need it someday. That's another reason to write somebody up, because you'd be surprised how many people keep things. And even better, for those of us in this social media world of emails and DMs, I had sent him a letter. We, in the aircraft sales tax business, every Monday morning, we pull a list off the FAA website and send a letter to a person who has just purchased an aircraft. What chance do we have, since they've already purchased it? Maybe 5%, because they'll probably do something wrong. But I call it acorn planting, okay? And this was one time, it really worked, because he hired us to fix both problems. Now, I'll give you a little side story. He also asked me to work with his tax consultant, and I told him no. He said, well, why not? I said, why should I train somebody who underpriced me, got your business, and fucked it up? And now you're coming to me for help. There ain't no way. I only train people who are working for me. I only am going to give you the secrets of how to do stuff if you're my client and you're exchanging money for me. If you've got people out there in the marketplace who are unable to deliver and they're charging people money for it, I think they're getting ripped off. I'm not going to help those guys. I'm absolutely not going to help those guys. It's unethical for me to help those guys. So there's my story about why you should write everybody up. And sending something in the mail these days is golden. It's planting acorns. And if you want any help, call me. 916-691-9192 and find out why people say, call Tom.